Hey everybody, first and foremost, welcome back. We are so happy to see you. As you know, it's been a while since we've been able to see patients in the office, and so we're excited to get back to it. The governor has lifted the order for us to delay treatment visits, and so we're excited to have everybody come back in. First of all, I just want to say a big thank you to all of you, including both the orthodontic team at the Ranch Orthodontics and all of the patients who just adapted to the virtual treatment process from day one. It was really awesome. It was really great. I'm glad I got to check in with all you guys. I'm also really happy that I got to see you in a different way. I got to meet some dogs. I got to see some bedroom posters. I really got to know you a lot better through that process. And so even though it was difficult at times for you guys sometimes to get out of bed at 9 o'clock in the morning on a day when you didn't really have school, I'm glad you did. I learned a lot about you, a lot about your treatment, and for most people, we were able to easily progress you forward. As you return to the office, you're going to notice some differences. We're going to have to modify several things in the offices, including our process, our schedule, our scheduling process, and then getting you into and out of the office. It'll start with checking in curbside. And so with our curbside check-in process, you'll come to the office, pull into your parking spot, call the office and let us know that you're here. They'll ask you a few screening questions, and then a concierge will come to the car, take your temperature, and walk you into the office. Once you walk into the office, you'll do a little quick hand pump of some sanitizer, and we'll get you back to your chair for your appointment. We'll do the appointment and walk you back out to the front. Speaking of that, only the patients will be allowed into the office in the treatment area at this time. It makes me sad that I can't have the whole family into the office because that's something that we always enjoy, but temporarily we're going to have just the patients in so we can observe proper social distancing and have everyone have their own space and keep things as safe in the office as we can. If that's going to be an issue, we can do as much for you virtually as we can, and then we can try to make some accommodations another way. But for the time being, it's patients only, and we'll give everyone a progress report. While the patients are in the office to help improve safety, we're going to be avoiding any procedures which cause droplets or aerosols in the air. Those procedures are generally the ones that we use a high-speed handpiece or the slow-speed handpiece, and we create a lot of dust or those sorts of things. We're going to hold off on scheduling those, so even people who have their braces off, we're going to be having them taken off in our other office out in Hutto. I'm here in Steiner Ranch today. They're going to have their braces taken off. We may have to leave some of the adhesive on the teeth at this time. We're still getting some of the items, including N95 masks, and we don't feel that it's appropriate that we take all of those items from hospitals that may need them at this time. They're very difficult to come by. We have some of those things, but we are saving those for emergency situations only at this time. At any rate, you will notice some differences, but I think it's going to be great. We'll explain the curbside check-in process and the entire process of seeing patients in a short video, and we're really looking forward to seeing you guys all soon.
We've always practiced universal precautions at the office, but we've had to make some modifications based on recommendations from the Texas State Dental Board, the AAO, and the CDC. This is a great diagram I found from the CDC site. As you can see, the least effective means for controlling germs are the PPEs that everyone is talking about on the news. By decreasing our numbers of visits and allowing only patients into the office, we can maintain appropriate social distancing and improve safety. New patients will be allowed to be accompanied by a parent, but we will ask that you wear a mask. We'll be changing many of our protocols and eliminating those procedures which create aerosols. We'll continue to do more and more virtual visits for our aligner patients, our elastic patients, and our growth and development screenings. I have ordered hospital-grade dividers for Steiner Ranch, and we're decreasing the number of concurrent visits. We'll be seeing patients in individual rooms in the Hutto office as we're set up nicely for that there. As far as administrative controls, we'll continue to do remote check-in and check-out as long as we need to with the curbside check-in process. You'll be learning about that more as the video goes on. Many of our admin team have been working from home for the last 2 months and will continue to work from home. And finally, PPEs. This is what everyone is talking about. It's the tip of the pyramid, the smallest amount of protection. We've been able to leverage our 3D printing technology to help us create face shields, and we have appropriate numbers of gloves and masks ordered.
And so this is what we'll look like. It's a little different than what you're used to seeing. Obviously, you're used to seeing us wearing our gloves and our masks. I always wear a lab coat, but all the assistants will be wearing a lab jacket as well. In addition to the lab jacket and the mask, we'll be wearing these face shields. As you can tell, it makes it a little bit difficult for you to understand what we're saying, and it echoes a little bit. It's kind of fun. There's a little bit of a Darth Vader thing that kind of happens when you're wearing it, so you may enjoy that a little bit. Incidentally, we are going to be changing our procedures a little bit and modifying the procedures that we do and modifying the way that we use the office. We'll be seeing less patients at a time, and we will be avoiding procedures that utilize the high-speed handpiece until further notice. Those tend to create little droplets in the air and can contribute to aerosols in the air, which we are trying to avoid.
Rolling now.
Hey everybody, it's Dr. DeSantis from the Rancho Orthodontics. I hope you're doing well. First and foremost, I'm excited to tell you that the, stop.
Thank you so much for watching. You're supposed to, there you go. Thank you. Oh, thank you so much for watching, and now I know what to do when you come in for your next appointment.
Please be sure to follow these protocols. It's really important, and don't forget to like and subscribe.